Both tracks, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, go.
1, 2, 3.
I was waiting yesterday in Trafalgar Square. I couldn't even see you for all the history that was there. The strange thing is that everyone was wearing gloves and masks. It was like they couldn't breathe, but I didn't want to ask. I got thinking of the day before and the years we left behind. Soon the streets of London started to unwind. I was sailing up the Thames into the open sea. That was where we got becalmed, right in the estuary. Some ships were sailing in alright, like they didn't need a breeze, when a voice came up from overboard, "Master, help me please." The boys threw down a grappling iron and fished him up on deck. He was blacker than the ace of spades, had a noose around his neck. The slaver came to get him back, a price was on his head. But the argument they started, we finished it with lead. When he could speak again, he said 2 words were all they taught you. One of them was Jesus, the other one was water. But he had seen the future through shadows dark and grim. If I would only take him there, he'd tell me everything. When they freed us from our chains, they said, "Be grateful for your lives." And some we were until Jamaica 1865. What went down in Spanish Town, perhaps it's just as well. The only witnesses are statues, and statues cannot tell. History knows the date and place, but if you ask who did those crimes, she'll give a little shrug and say they were creatures of their times. But to this day in Moron Bay, they'll tell you this for nothing. The chalk around the bodies drew the shape of what was coming. "1921, Oklahoma, USA. What happened there in Tulsa, they're still digging up today. Some folks blame the shoeshine boy, some folks blame the Klan, and some folks got a taste for the kind of shit that hit the fan. So round up all the Teddy boys, let's go down Bramley Road. Those kids in Notting Hill are gonna get just what they're owed. Yes, take me back to old St. Anne's in 1958. If you can't find someone to love, just find someone to hate. Take me home to Sharpeville, I'll point you to that day. In 1960, when the world looked the other way. 1965, and the streets of what's LA. I wanna see the spark that lit the fires that burn today. Take me back to Jackson State on the Mississippi side. Take me back to Altamont, the day the 60s died. Lead me through Soweto to 1976, when 10,000 boys and girls were taught their politics. Take me back to Brixton in 1981. At the bottom of that swamp lies every mother's song. Take me up to Toxteth, Moffside and Chapel Town, where nobody saw nothing, so nobody went down. Take me down Koreatown in 1992. I wanna see the tape again that turned a black man blue. We could go to Minnesota, but I'm running out of air. Just grab your mask and meet me here back in Trafalgar Square. I should have asked your name, I said, I've been so impolite. He said, I'm Rayshard Brooks, but I'll be someone else tonight. What you learn from history, he saw my face turn red. If you can't respect the living, then why respect the dead? And if you could ask George Floyd about the men who did that crime, he probably wouldn't tell you they were creatures of their time. Their statues in the square and their books upon the shelf. What's the point of history if you can't make it yourself? What's the point of history if you can't write it yourself? What's the point of history if you can't write it yourself?